We hadn't been recording. Son of a gun. We have 2 hours, 25 minutes of time left. So we haven't been recording? Oh. Here, let's put everything back. And pretend. Stay. Okay, welcome back to Yogi Cycle Service of Fixing the Bike. And now that I haven't been recording, I gotta do all over again. Oh.
Okay, Yogi Clan, first order of business is getting past this nut on the drive pulley so we can get the drive pulley removed.
Right hand thread.
Is it?
It's stamped right on there. I just like, what the hell? It's stamped right on it. Right hand thread.
Because if you remember, taking that clutch off, it's a reverse thread. We turned it to the right to remove it, so we weren't sure about that nut, which way it went. We're trying everything, throwing the whole kitchen sink at it, trying to get that stupid nut off. Nothing is working. Penetrating oil, now heat. We threw everything at that nut, tried to get that nut off. Probably spent a good hour and a half just trying to get that nut off.
Oh, it's pretty damn hot. How else are we supposed to get that off?
The gym's $150 tool to replace an $8 gasket.
So despite all our efforts, even with the tool, you can see we bought that tool, we used the tool, still didn't work. Impact gun or breaker bar still didn't work using that tool. So we finally gave up, and what we didn't catch is that we wound up splitting the nut with the cold chisel, and then Chuck was able to back it out. Alright, well for now, finally past this stupid drive pulley. On to the next problem. Get that belt out of the way, and then we can get the seal removed. And oh look, more fun behind the seal.
But I think I found why the seal went bad. The cage around all the loose bearings came apart. So it's allowing the thing to sag. That's probably why it was leaking on the bottom. New seal will help. See how all the bearings
that separate the balls?
See how all the balls are separate?
Yeah.
And here,
They're all falling.
right.
You need a ring of balls.
Well, it's going to come as the bearing.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm assuming. That's the bearing right there.
Yeah, and it looks
There's
like
the snap ring right in front of it.
Yeah.
That's what you just took off right there, the oil seal.
Yep.
And that's what we need right there, a new bearing.
Right. This is your main gear, right here, and that seal I think is on the inside of the main gear.
Right, on the other side of the cage.
Yeah. So you'd have to completely disassemble the transmission to get to that seal. And that's probably why they didn't have the small seal. When you called Harley, they had the big one and not the small one, because the small one goes on the inside of the transmission.
So, let me see what it calls for in the service manual, and we'll try it again another night.
Where shall we start? Here's the deal. Let's take you to the other side, and we'll show you why we're fooling around with this side. Shall we? Let's go. The plan was he had a leak coming from his primary, so let's pull off the primary and fix the seals. His starter was just spinning and it wasn't starting the bike. So we figured, okay, let's get new clutch gear for the starter. Let's put that in there, rebuild your starter, replace the seals in the primary, boom! 4-hour job, in, out, done. Haha, au contraire. So when we got the inner primary off, we looked and said, behind your drive pulley, hold on a moment. Behind your drive pulley, it looks like there's a little bit of seeping coming out from behind there. Let's pull that and see what's going on. So we do everything in the possible in the world to get the stupid nut off, right? Can't get it off. So we pause. We have the inner primary off, we've had the starter out, we've rebuilt the starter. Let's go ahead and get one of these to pull the stupid nut off. Which again, man, let me tell you, factory Loctite, red Loctite, I don't know if they use that or if they welded the dang thing on there. But the nut didn't come off, even with that. So, we took a cold chisel. No, not that one. Different one. This one. And we split the nut off. Yes, without damaging the shaft. Alright, shaft's still in good shape. There's a new nut. Along with a new seal. But what did we find when we got behind the seal? Let me show you that. There's behind the seal. If you look, there are a whole bunch of these ball bearings that are just kind of flopping around. They're supposed to be a piece of plastic, and we covered this in the last video, which didn't save, didn't record. See if I can find it again. There it is. I get my little pokey thing. Pokey thing. There's a piece of plastic right here that's supposed to separate and join these bearings together and keep them separated. If you look, let me move these out of the way again. You look, this one has a piece of plastic and all the bearings on the row behind it are nice and separated. All the bearings behind it. Let's see if this can stand up. Give us some light. All the bearings in here, there's a piece of plastic right there. It all keeps these nice and centered, but these, not so much. You can see a piece of plastic around this ball right here. Right there it is, right there. That piece of plastic has disintegrated going around the rest of the main shaft, which when you separate these, so when we opened it up, it looked kind of like that. Right, when we open it up, which means there's a lot of play in that, see? You know that play? That way, a little bit side to side, but mainly up and down because you're missing all these right here. No bueno. So, we got new parts to fix that. Got new parts, but the thing is, in order to get this bearing out, you got to pull the transmission case out that way. And then we're also going to change the run, check the run out on this. Probably there's a seal in here. We're probably going to replace that one since we were heating up this whole area. So we're going to redo all this. Redo all that. You see the starter is out. Starter is now right there. It is no longer here, but we got the gasket for this. We got the gaskets for the other side. So right now what I'm doing, I just spent 20 minutes doing. So back over on this side of the bike, was loosening the bolts up here so we can pull this exhaust off. That way we have access to this right here. We have gotten this off. Our gasket's still pretty in good shape because it's still pretty darn new. So we're just gonna keep that there because we just changed the handlebars out on this a couple months ago. Fresh gasket still. So we're gonna go ahead and get this exhaust pulled. This is gonna be a 4-hour job. Let's just, come on over. Let's hang out. Let's hang out and pull this primary off. You pull the primary, because we just did this on a bike not too long ago, like a couple weeks ago, like the night before I went to California. We pulled the primary off, pulled the rear end off, put a new belt on it, and then put it back together like in one night, the two of us. Boom, done. And there was a little bit left to go, but not much. So we thought, hey, let's do it again. Same year bike, everything. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Come on, they're all doing it. It'll be great. Nah. Well, I hear if you leave that stick in there, it'll snap it off when you put it back.
Yes, sometimes even YouTubers need to consult YouTube.
Behind the race to allow you to grab and draw it off.
Thank you for watching, Yogi Clan. I'll see you on the next episode.